Hello, this is Ernie Garland coming to you again with the fourth video in a series on gun control in our country. We've been dealing with House Bill 5717, but I do also want you to be aware that there are other gun control bills. 127 is another House bill having to do with registration and licensing. Some things that I wanted to bring out in the next section of the bill. And again, I urge you to read it for yourself. You can pull it up online with no problem. House Bill 127 and also House Bill 5717, which both deal with greatly expanding gun control in our country. One thing that is in the next section is a change from the 3-day current waiting period to pick up a firearm that you purchase to 7 days, raising the age to 21, and some other things in that area. But one thing I do want to point out to you is that specific in these bills is the clause that says that none of these restrictions apply to the United States government. In other words, the United States government can purchase any guns they want, any type they want, but we, the average citizens, the people, we will be restricted as to what we can buy. There are other restrictions in there, such as being only allowed to buy 1 gun a month or 10 per year. Of course, restrictions on magazine capacity to 10, and that's it. But I wanted to actually talk today about an article that was in Forbes magazine and also reprinted in the Wall Street Journal in 2017. Many of you who shoot regularly may remember that in 2017 there was a similar shortage of ammunition like there is now. Although I think today it's even worse because not only is ammunition hard to find and expensive, but components for reloaders, particularly primers and powder, are very hard to find, almost non-existent. But in this article that was in Forbes magazine in 2017, there was an interesting, it was very interesting because the title is, and I'll read it to you, "Why are federal bureaucrats buying guns and ammo? 158 million spent by non-military agencies." Did you get that? Non-military agencies. So I'll take a look at this. It says that we live in a dangerous world for the 70,000 officers at Homeland Security and the 40,000 officers within the Department of Justice. Proper training and equipment are vital to their daily law enforcement duties. Over a nearly 2-year period, 2015, 2016, these law enforcement agencies spent $138 million on new guns and ammunition. Well, that seems reasonable. But what's strange is that other agencies like the Internal Revenue Service, they carry AR-15s. Of course, they want to ban those from us. Recently, the IRS, they spent $1.2 million in ammunition. Now, this is in 2017. Military style equipment. The Small Business Administration spent tens of thousands of dollars on guns and ammunition. The Department of Veterans Affairs spent a bunch. Meanwhile, the Department of Health and Human Services, well, their agents carry, it says, the same sophisticated weapon platforms used by the Special Forces military warriors. Why is that? there's a site that you can look. It's called openthebooks.com. It's an oversight report on the militarization of America. Um, Let me go on down here and read some of these things. Federal agencies spent $44 million on guns, including an urgent order for 20 M16 rifles, extra magazines, all this stuff, buying bullets in bulk. 114 million spent on ammunition, bulk purchases by the Environmental Protection Agency. Why do they need guns and ammunition? They bought especially hollow point bullets. Of course, they're outlawed by the Geneva Convention, but somehow the IRS, they were able to obtain these things. Now, interestingly, the Department of Education is armed and ready. They have firearms in abundance, and they have arrest authority. The Department of the Interior. What does the Department of the Interior need weapons for? The U.S. Geological Survey. Let's see. Oh, Fish and Wildlife. Who are they trying to sneak up on? The Department of the Treasury. Now, here's what the description in the Constitution says. The Department of the Treasury exists to maintain a strong economy and create economic and job opportunities and manage the U.S. government's finances and resources. However, they spent $2.6 million to build an arsenal. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing spent nearly $100,000 described as purchasing firearms. The U.S. Mint spent almost $200,000 on ammunition. The Department of Agriculture spent $1.1 million on guns and ammunition. The Forest Service. So, why are all these non-military agencies amping up, or why were they, I should say, because this was way back in 2017. And again, I urge you, look the article up. Look up Forbes magazine, or look up the Orlando Sentinel, and you can find this article which talks about this. Now, I have my own theory about this. It actually comes from Animal Farm, George Orwell's famous work. But basically, all these agencies, the National Education people, the IRS, all these components of our government that have nothing to do with Homeland Security or any kind of real law enforcement are all spending tons of money, or at least they were in 2017, to arm up. What are they arming up for? Are they expecting an insurrection, or were they? And of course, what are they like now? What else is going on in these supposedly benign government agencies that they need to arm themselves for? Many people, myself included, have looked at the reports over the past years, and especially during the Trump administration, about the deep state and how they pose a threat to the common people of this country. Well, this article seems to confirm that they are armed to the teeth and ready just in case. Just in case there's a rebellion, the Department of Education is ready to fight. The Department of Agriculture is ready to fight. Are they waiting for some kind of revolution? Do they expect a, quote, civil war? Well, last time I looked, the number of guns estimated owned by individuals in this country was about 300 million. And we probably have at least 1 trillion rounds of ammunition, possibly more. If we were really causing this epidemic of gun violence that our government claims is going on, I think you'd know it. But this is just for your review. You realize, so that you realize while they want to restrict our right to keep and bear arms, they themselves are arming up to the teeth. Keep that in mind.